Good morning, boys and girls. Yesterday we left off with Mr. Tushman. Mr. Tushman kind of having a heart-to-heart, which means a pretty serious conversation with Augie about his school year at Beecher Prep now that it's the end of the year. He basically says that he believes Augie, he doesn't believe Julian. Julian isn't that good of a person, and that Julian is not coming back to school next year. So the next two chapters I'll be reading this morning. So this one is called The Last Precept on page 288. This was written on Mr. Brown's chalkboard when we walked into English class for the last time. Mr. Brown's June precept. Just follow the day and reach for the sun. Have a great summer vacation, Class 5B. It's been a great year and you've been a wonderful group of students. If you remember, please send me a postcard this summer with your personal precept. It can be something you made up yourself or something you've read that means something to you. If so, don't forget the attribution, please. I really look forward to getting them. From Mr. Brown, 563 Sebastian Place, Bronx, New York. Okay, who remembers what a precept is? Think about it. Next chapter is called Drop Off. The graduation ceremony was held in the Beecher Prep Upper School Auditorium, just like your graduation ceremony is going to be held in the auditorium. It was only about a 15-minute walk from our house to the campus building, but Dad drove me because I was all dressed up and I had on a new shiny black shoes that weren't broken in yet, and I didn't want my feet to hurt. Students were supposed to arrive at the auditorium an hour before the ceremony started, but we got there even earlier, so we sat in the car and we waited. Dad turned on the CD player and our favorite song came on. We both smiled and started bobbing our heads to the music. Dad sang along with the song. Andy would bicycle across town in the rain and bring you candy. Hey, is my tie on right? I said. He looked and straightened it a tiny bit as he kept on singing. Does my hair look okay? I said. He smiled and he nodded. Perfect, he said. You look great, Augie. Via put some gel in it this morning, I said, pulling down the sun visor to look in the mirror. It doesn't look like too puffy? No, it's very, very cool, Augie. I don't think you've ever had it this short before, have you? No, I got it cut yesterday. I think it makes me look more grown up, don't you? Definitely. He was smiling, looking at me and nodding. Look at you, Augie, he said, smiling from ear to ear. Look at you, looking so grown up and spiffy. I can't believe you're graduating from 5th grade. I know, it's pretty awesome, right? I nodded. But it feels like just yesterday you started. Remember I still had that Star Wars braid hanging from the back of my head? Oh my gosh, that's right, he said, rubbing his palm over his forehead. You hated that braid, didn't you, Dad? Hate is a strong word, but I definitely didn't love it. You hated it. Come on, admit it, I teased. No, I didn't hate it, he smiled, shaking his head, but I will admit to hating that astronaut helmet you used to wear. Do you remember? The one Miranda gave me? Of course I remember. I used to wear that thing all the time. Good God, I hated that thing, he laughed, almost more to himself. I was so bummed when it got lost, I said. Oh, it didn't get lost, he answered casually. I threw it out. Wait, what? I said. I honestly didn't think I heard him right. Dad, I said, turning the volume down. What? He said. You threw it out? He finally looked at my face and he saw how mad I was. I couldn't believe he was being so matter-of-fact about the whole thing. I mean, to me, this was a major revelation, and he was acting like it was no big deal. Augie, I couldn't stand seeing that thing cover up your face anymore, he said casually. Dad, I loved that helmet. It meant a lot to me. I was bummed beyond belief when it got lost. Don't you remember? Of course I remember, Augie, he said softly. Oh, Augie, don't be mad. I'm sorry. I just couldn't stand seeing you wear that thing on your head anymore, you know? I didn't think it was good for you. He was trying to look me in the eye, but I wouldn't look at him. Come on, Augie, please try to understand, he continued, putting his hand under my chin and tilting my face towards him. You are wearing that helmet all the time, and the real truth is, I just miss seeing your face, Augie. I know you don't always love it, but you have to understand, I love it. I love that face of yours, Augie, completely and passionately, and it kind of broke my heart that you were always covering it up. He was squinting at me like he really wanted me to understand. Does Mom know? I said. He opened his eyes wide. No way! Are you kidding? She would have killed me. She tore that place apart looking for that helmet, Dad, I said. I mean, she spent like a week looking for it in every closet, in the laundry room, everywhere. I know, he said, nodding. That's why she'd kill me. And then he looked at me, and something about his expression made me start laughing, which made him open his mouth wide, like he had just realized something. Wait a minute, Augie, he said, pointing his finger at me. You have to promise me that you will never tell Mom anything about this. I smiled and I rubbed my palms together like I was very greedy. Let's see, I said, stroking my chin. I'll be wanting that new Xbox when it comes in next month, and I'll definitely be wanting my own car in about 6 years. A red Porsche would be nice. And he started laughing. I love it when I'm the one who makes Dad laugh, since he's usually the funny man and gets everybody else laughing. Oh boy, he said, shaking his head. You really have grown up. The part of the song that we loved to sing the most started to play, and we turned up the volume, and we both started singing. We always sang the last part at the top of our lungs, trying to hold that last note as long as the guy who sings the song, which always makes us crack up. While we were laughing, we noticed Jack had arrived and was walking over to our car, and I started to get out. Hold on, said Dad. I just want to make sure you've forgiven me, okay? Yes, I forgive you. He looked at me gratefully. Thank you. But don't ever throw anything else of mine out again without telling me. I promise. I opened the door and got out as Jack reached for the car. Hey, Jack, I said. Hey, Augie. Hey, Mr. Pullman, said Jack. How you doing, Jack, said Dad. See you later. Good luck, guys. We waved as he turned on the ignition and started to pull away, but then I ran over and he stopped the car. I put my head in the window so Jack wouldn't hear what I was saying. Can you guys not kiss me after graduation? I asked quietly. It's kind of embarrassing. I'll try my best. Tell Mom, too. I don't think she'll be able to resist, Augie, but I'll pass it along. Bye, dear old Dad. Bye, my son.